This is my review of the Tremulant EP by the Mars Volta. It's a 3-song EP that begins with the song Cut That City. It mostly picks up from where Relationship of Command by At the Drive-In picks up, and it basically sounds mostly like their post-hardcore sound with very heavy percussion and abstract electronic noises mixed into it. For the first 2 minutes, it sounds like that, but then you have these stabbing guitars and subtle keyboards, and the drums have a very stuttering groove, and they burst through the speakers. Meanwhile, Cedric starts to sing shout as these alien sound effects cover his voice, but he switches to a more clean singing style. And the guitars become a bit more smooth, but also very surreal during this passage. At the 4 minute mark, the track becomes a more dynamic section where you have this one lone guitar mixed with these very intense blats of drums. The last minute of the song has these screeching electronic noises, Cedric singing cleanly, and these very progressive rock influenced drums, which is different from how the song starts in this more post hardcore fashion. Next, we have the song Concertina, which many consider to be the most important song of the EP. It starts off loud, but quickly settles into something that's a lot more quiet and ambient. You have Cedric crooning, this curious xylophone riff, these very unpredictable guitar notes, and very subtle drums that crescendo very quietly, but only for the first 15 or minute and 15 seconds. After this, then the song starts to suggest what later Mars Volta songs like Ariatarca or Vermicide would become. Because this song mixes Spanish lyrics and English lyrics together, and you have these lyrics that, while very bizarre and graphic, they mostly pay tribute to the tragic death of Julio Venegas, who previously performed with at the drive-in and was a close friend of Cedric and Omar Rodriguez Lopez before Julio tragically passed away. When the song reaches its final moments, a very menacing organ appears and it mixes with these very intricate but energetic drums and melodic guitars. Finally, we have the song Eunuch Provocateur, which starts with some somber guitar but then erupts with really throttling percussive beats and very eerie electronics. You hear this very strange reversed recording, but there's also a very melodic bass line and Cedric singing and more pummeling drums. At about 9 minutes, this song definitely suggests the Mars Volta's more lengthy, progressive jam songs that do not totally agree with how the previous songs, Cut That City and Concertina, only spanned 5 to 6 minutes. Around the 3 minute mark of Eunuch Provocateur, some subtle Latin percussion mixes along with some space rock, and it overall creates a very psychedelic atmosphere, especially with more of the organs. And around the 5.5 minute mark, the song really becomes abstract with these skittering electronic noises and very floaty guitars and what sounds like an old children's recording but played in reverse. And this song definitely sounds similar to the ending of the Mars Volta song Drunk Ship of Lanterns, which also includes influences on the Mars Volta that weren't as apparent on At the Drive-In's music. These influences include artists like Lee Scratch Perry, Can, Aphex Twin, and Roni Size, to name a few. In a way, some of the abstract atmospheric noises also seem to suggest that At the Drive-In's side project, De facto also sonically influences the Mars Volta at this point. So overall, I would say that the Tremulant EP serves as a linkage between the very immediate and sharp post-hardcore that At the Drive-In delivered, and the Mars Volta's more lengthy, psychedelic, and abstract progressive rock that they would continue to deliver.